Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. We are picking up on the last two builds for October. The Nitro V blades, the Yokdo and the column. Again, just to remind you, this is the first time I've done the column in this configuration. We have the naked column, and I had a regular column, but the handle was completely different. So this is the first time I'm doing the column with this handle configuration, and I'm really digging how that thing looks. So these are coming out really well. We have the black linen micarta with the spacers, the red and black spacers, the red pins and tubes, and the crushed coral true stone inlay. Came out really good. And the Yokdo is the denim blue micarta with the orange and white in the spacers and the turquoise inlay. And yep, I had a feeling that color combo would really look good with the orange liners on it, and man, it turned out really good. And the Yokdo is doing well. So on this video, we're going to be doing sheaths and sharpening, and then all the finishing touches. So I've already pressed out the sheaths for both of them, kind of roughly marked out where I want to put the holes and where I'm going to cut it all out and shape it. And then we're going to get that done. On this one, you guys know I have the hole up here at the front of the blade, and it actually divoted into the sheath, which might be a good thing, because then when you put the blade in, I'm getting a hold here for where the sheath really locks in. It locks in right in this area, but it's also going to lock in up here. So it's going to make that blade even tighter, which is fun. And also, there's only going to be that much rubbing. So what I mean by that is when I put the blade in, it's only going to be right here where the blade's going to be moving in with that divot. Where if the hole is here, it's going to travel the whole distance of that blade. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me, but I see things in a different way. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. For some of your brains and my brain, either I'm going to time lapse all of this like I normally do. The problem with time lapsing with the sheaths is I move pretty fast. So this Kydex is very easy to cut, very easy to shape, very easy to drill. So it doesn't take me very long to do it. So if I time lapsed one particular thing at one time, I would be there for like 2 seconds, which is why usually when I do a time-lapse build with these guys, I do it from far out, and you watch me bounce around from station to station, because I kind of use the whole shop to do it. But maybe I don't think I've done like a step-by-step process of what I do. It's pretty simple. I mean, I cut it out on the bandsaw. I take it to the grinder with like a 220 grit belt, and I just roughly shape it. And then I drill the holes, and then I take a file and remove all the burrs and everything else so it fits nice and snug. Then I drill the holes. I drill the holes. Then I put the eyelets in with my little press. I don't know. Maybe I'll show you. But I better go figure it out, because I got to get these done. All right, guys. So you know, the first thing after it's pressed, which is the most important part, is to get a good press. We're going to just cut it out. So I'm going to roughly cut it out based on what the lines were, just to get it to looking good. So we're just going to take it to the bandsaw. Kydex cuts fairly easily, so we're just going to cut this real quick and get it shaped close to what I want to do. And then we're going to take it over to the grinder and do the final shaping on it. I used the 1x30. It's just a little easier 220 grit belt, and nothing too crazy. That Kydex heats up really quick, and as you can see from all of that blue and red it shapes fairly easily, and it gets me to where I want it to go. And I'm just doing the front and the bottom of the sheath, not where the blade goes in, because we're going to do that here in a minute. Drilling the holes is fairly mundane. I just try to line them up really well so that I can put the eyelets in. Once this is drilled, then this is where things get a little dicey, because I have to take it over here. I'm going to do this little final sanding, and then I take a file and I'm trying to get all of just smooth everything out. But I'm also going to separate the two layers, and I'm going to get in there and try to get any of the burrs off or anything else off of that material so that it fits flush when I go to put the eyelets in. I don't want any of that material sticking out, so when I do put the eyelets in, which I'm going to be doing here in a second on my nice press that I got, and this press is perfect for this. I push the eyelet in, I set it up in the press, and I can just pop these in 2 seconds, and it speeds up this process instead of people trying to hammer it in, etc. But I'm trying to get all the burrs off, so when I do this, it's a nice tight fit, and you can see it's just a really quick job when it comes to this press. This press was something that I purchased specifically for this, because any other way it just takes way too long. So I just press it in with this, and it makes quick work of this. 1, 2, 3. Now comes the really hard part. Looks good. So this is where I really start to shape, because this is where the retention of the blade is super important, right at the handle and the ricasso of the blade. So you're going to see I take my Dremel tool, I'm going to slowly start shaping things down really slow. I think I have a 220 grit drum on there, and I just slowly start taking back material to the point where I feel comfortable. And once I get it to where I think it's looking pretty good, I'll try to smooth everything out. And then I'm going to bring that file back into it and just really shape that area where the blade slides in with the file. And I'm going to just keep working it until I feel comfortable to do it. This is kind of a really important thing, because once you remove material, you can't bring it back. If you try to take off too much material, then you have to redo the whole sheath, because the sheath is going to be way too loose. And I really try my best to make the sheaths safe, number one, and as little rattle as possible. There might be a slight little bit of rattle in some of my sheaths, but they're not, the blade will never fall out. And the little secret tool that I use is the eyebrow brush, I believe. It's like a makeup eyebrow brush, and that allows me to get into the sheath and try to get all of these shavings that have fallen in out. I'm gonna vacuum it out here in a second, but using that little eyebrow brush is kind of like my secret little weapon. I can get up in there, get any of the extra material out as best that I can before I try to vacuum it all out. And sometimes I'll do both at the same time, where I'm vacuuming it and using that tool at the same exact time, just to do it. And then the real hairy part is when I test it for the first time, just to see. I keep the tape on for the first time. I don't want it to scratch up the blade at all. It's usually pretty tight to get out. But then it's time to take the tape off and see what we got. And this is very nerve-wracking for me, because I've done it and it's scratched the blade, and then you got to fix the blade. But this time it was good. The yoke don't fit well. I haven't put the thumb ramp on it yet, so I don't have anything. But we are at the press. This is how I do my thumb ramps. So I get it in the press, because all I want to heat up is the part that I'm going to be pushing up, and I literally heat it to where it's able to be pushed up. You can see it moving a little bit there, and I just use my thumbs and burn my thumbs and push that off. And I don't really burn my thumbs, but it is hot, and I've kind of built up calluses on my thumbs for that. So I got the yoke toe done. You can see that nice thumb ramp looks good, and then we're going to throw the column in there, do the same thing. It doesn't take long to do, but it's part of the process, and I try to get it in there as tight as possible. The reason I do that is I don't want to heat up any other part of it because it's already tight. So when you just put up just the part that I want to kind of fold over, then you can see it folding up a little bit, then I heat it up and it moves, and then I know it's time. Let's go into hands and set the thumb ramp up to where it needs to be. So thanks, guys. Well, all right, guys, there it is. I hope you kind of like the tutorial. Decided to go with the blue grommets, like I said, but this is what happens with the colored grommets. They kind of come off, but the brass doesn't look bad. But got the little thumb in there. It's nice and tight. So the next thing, just so you guys can see both, the next step is to do the straps. I know I want to do black leather. I have these leather straps. I guess black would be good for this too. I have blue, but it's really not the right color blue. No, I don't have blue. So, yeah, we're just gonna do 2 black straps. What do you say? I don't have orange or anything. I'm just gonna go with the black. So we're gonna put these on, and oh, these are very difficult to get in. Let me put these in. All right, I got them in. Let's see, I gotta remember which way this goes. This goes here. Gonna do this, this. Where's my screwdriver? Work today. Oh. Screwdriver. All right, I'm just gonna go black. It's a classy look. I got these leather straps in, which are very nice, really thick, good quality leather that'll last really well. Instead of the rubberized, I need to order a bunch of rubberized straps. Man, I've been going through those like crazy. I better start ordering those in bulk. There we go. All right. That looks classy, right? Now, all we need is a lanyard and a bead. Let's do this one. This one should look awesome. You guys love watching me fumble with this, don't you? All right. Very good. I am happy those went well. No major issues. Yeah. Come on. These buttons are a little tight until you get them broken in, and then they work really well. These aren't. This is just a regular button, but I don't know. Or why is this not going on? You start here. You start at the back. You're supposed to be able to push it forward. Doesn't want to go on. There it is. All right. So I just need to break that in. You take it on and off a couple times and it'll break in. But what do you think of that? I think that looks awesome. So 2 sheaths are done. We are almost done with these guys. I need to do the beads and tie a lanyard on, and then we can sharpen. Actually, I'm gonna go do the beads and then we can sharpen, then we put it all together. All right, guys, well, there they are. 2 sheaths done. Got the beads done. This is the same as the inlay with the black liner in there. Oh, it's rolling away. Oh, it's rolling away. And the turquoise, and I did orange. Did a little orange in there. Looks pretty cool. So really happy with these, and they should match what's going on really well. So I need to put an edge on them and put a lanyard on them, and we are done. Whew. Wow, this is crazy. Well, it's time for a marathon of sharpening. All right, guys, quick update. Hold on. Just got done sharpening both of these. Last night I did a little live stream where we finished the yoke dough, the edge on the yoke dough. Well, you guys don't want to see that. I am so unprofessional. All right, so last night we did the yoke dough. So the yoke dough has a nice edge. I have some of this regular just sheet paper sitting here. It to shop. So we got the yoke dough. I'll put that up here. And then I just finished the column this morning. So column has its edge, is looking really, really good. Nice and slicey. So making a mess, but we are good. We are good. I'm really happy with these two. Nitro V. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Always try something new. But so Nitro V. This is the new column, introducing the new format of the column. You have the naked column, and then we have our full column. It's 3.5 finger if I really stretch my fingers out. But I'm going to put the lanyard on it and the bead, and we're calling it, guys. We are calling it. Reminder, I have this bead for the yoke dough, and I have this bead for the column. Both of them are going to look really, really good. So just all that's left is final polishing, final touches, and the lanyard. Huh, man. Wow, that's so crazy. I'm going to be dropping eight knives on the Etsy store. I think that's the most I've ever done at one time. I am so excited, so happy about this. This was a lot of work, and I have to get started on November. So I'm happy that we are at the end. So I am going to get started on the lanyards, putting the beads on, and then I'll come back, show you the final product, and then we'll review everything that's happening. All right, guys, look at that. Look at those two. Man, that just does it, right? That just totally does it. These two came out amazing. We have the yoke dough, Nitro V steel, denim micarta handles with orange G10 pins and tube, the turquoise inlay with the G10 spacers with the orange G10 and white, the orange liner, got the yoke dough maker's mark, Nitro V on it. What a great little fixie. Your thumb right there on top of the blade. Man, that thing came out just better than I expected. I knew the color combo was good, but man, and the column, I'm really happy with the column. Like I said, this is the first iteration of the column. The column had a very different handle, although the blade shape was the same. And I'm really happy with the way that came out. I don't know why I chose to do the first column in Nitro V, but hey, you know what? just go with it. You have the black linen micarta, the red coral inlay with the spacers and the liner. Oh, what a good combo. Custom bead and custom bead on this one as well. And these two came out amazing. I'm really happy with that. These two are going to be hitting the Etsy store on Halloween Day, along with all of the skeletonized blades. Can you believe it? I did all this. Wow. What a bunch of work. It has been a lot of work. So we have the yoke dough in the column. Stay away from the edge. It's a shop. It's a shop. We have the 3 naked columns. So you have a naked column and a regular column. So we have these 3. Then we have the mini gargoyles. Yes. I really like the mini gargoyles. They're cool. But man, guys, look. 6 blades. I'm not going to take them all out. You guys have seen the skeletonized blades. And if you haven't seen the skeletonized blades, then you need to go back and watch that. This has been an amazing journey for the month of October. And now I get to look forward to the month of November and everything that is coming. Please, please subscribe, like, leave a comment or not. Again, the choice is yours, and we'll see you on Halloween Day.